Welcome to Amateur Redneck Workshop. I'm Harold, and today we're going to review the NAO LED headlights. Now these guys sent me a set of low beam bulbs, and they're, you know, for free, me to keep for doing the review. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the pickup, we're going to take out the original equipment bulbs, and we're going to put in the new bulbs. Now let me read you a little of the description of these LED bulbs. They're 72 watts, 36 watts per bulb, 12 volts. The LED type is upgrade flip chip. I don't know why they put that in there. The color temperature is 6000 K. It's white. The lumens is 7600 lumens. They say 3800 lumens per bulb. They're supposed to be waterproof, and the shell material is aviation aluminum. And in the package you get 2 bulbs. All right. Now then, the bulbs have the little converter thing built into the bulb, and on the back of the bulb there's a little fan. And the fan says in their description that fan runs 10,000 RPM. That's quite a lot of RPM if you ask me, but it's tiny, so I guess it's, you know, not much of a job. I've looked up some things for the bulbs so I could know a little bit more than what I did before I started. And this review is going to be what they call subjective. I'm not going to say what I think is brighter or dimmer or whatever. You guys are going to have to make up your own mind from what you can see, because I don't have any kind of instruments to measure the light intensity. I don't have any instruments to measure the light color. All I can do is just say, well, it looks like this. Well, what it looks like to me may not be what it looks like to you. And who knows? We might both of us be wrong, or we might both be right. Who can say? But I did do some, like I said, I did do some studying on car headlights, and it seems that your headlight housing, the place you put the bulbs, has 2 different kinds. One of them has a sort of a lens in there. That's projector headlamp housing, and the others have got, you know, carefully shaped, shiny background plastic mirror like stuff for the bulbs. Those are reflector type headlights. Now my truck has a mixture of the both. The low beam is a projector lens, and the high beam has got a reflector. 2 different ways of doing things in the same headlamp housing. Now I looked up more information. These replacement bulbs, the guys say are supposed to last 50,000 hours. As a whole, from what I can tell, the replacement bulbs are brighter than the OEM bulbs, sometimes a great deal brighter, but they don't last as long. All right, the OEM bulb is supposed to last a good 5 to maybe 7 years. These replacements are probably going to be 2 or 3 years, unless they really do make that 50,000 hours that they say. Just saying as a market average, it seems like that what I'm reading is that they don't last as long as the OEM. Now the OEM is not as bright. They've got about 1,000 lumens, where these guys will have, you know, about 3,000 lumens. And these are supposed to be 300% brighter than the original equipment manufactured bulbs. So that's why I say it's subjective. I can't measure the light intensity because I don't have instruments to do it with. So I'll do video and I'll show them side by side, and you'll just have to decide for yourself what's brighter. Alright? So having said all that little bit, I guess it's time for us just to go ahead and move on to the outside in the dark and play light bulbs. This is the NAO headlight upgrade kit. Now, like I've already told you about headlights, there's obviously a lot to know about them, and hopefully my review will shed some light on the subject, although I'm not an expert and I don't have all of the, the equipment for testing, light, color, or the intensity or anything like that. At least I do have a vehicle we can mount this in. I'm going to put it in a 2016 Toyota Tacoma truck, and we'll see what we've got. But as part of the unboxing here, let's go ahead and see what we've got in the box. I guess it all comes out the end here. Got a little instruction booklet with it. Shows you how to hook it up, and troubleshoot, and things like that. That ought to come in pretty handy for a lot of us. It has the bulbs. The driver is built into this bulb. If you'll notice, there's an LED on this side, the LED on that side. When they're installed, you need to make sure they're up and down like that, so the LEDs are to the side. Now supposedly there's a fan built into here, and I can see it. There's your fan, and it runs about, I don't know, 1,000 or 10,000 RPM. I wasn't quite sure from the instructions. Here's your connector, and they give me a little hint here. If you hook it up and the bulb doesn't work, reverse the connector and put it on there again, because you might have the opposite polarity. I don't know if that's a common problem with bulbs or not. But there we are. We've got two bulbs, and we will do various little tests on the truck. We'll take the truck and see what the headlights look like as they are now stock. We'll drive it around the block and see what the headlights look, what they look like stock. And we'll come back and we'll switch to these bulbs and see if we can see any noticeable difference. I expect we should, considering these are supposed to be 300% brighter than your stock halogen light. We'll find out, won't we? There on this side, this is the high beam, and this one down here is the low beam, I believe. Let me look around the front. No, it may be the opposite of that. This is the low beam over here, and the high beam over there. Let's go around the front and take a look. As you can see, this is a projector beam here and a reflector beam over there. Okay, replacing these lights is a relatively simple thing. Just reach over there and twist. As you can see, I give it a little twist, and it's hard to show what I'm doing and still have the camera see it, but you just a little twist like that, and then you ease the bulb out and move the wiring up here where you can reach it, and let go of the little clip here that holds it on. And I've got the light shining right in my eyes, so I really can't see the little clip. There we go. Got it unhooked. We'll save this bulb for later use in the event that we have a problem. And like I said, we want to keep this pointing straight up and down when it's installed. So come back over here, find the hole, which is not so easy from where I'm at. There we go. Got the hole located. Bulb poked in and twist it. Okay. It feels like it's in there right. Take the cable and hook it up. Hopefully it's only going to go one way. And that seems to be latched in good. I'll just shove the wire down here out of the way. And I'm going to turn on the light switch to see what happens. And so there we are, the lights shining on the wall. Looks like it did before, except a lot whiter. You can look over at the other light and see how yellow it looks and how white this one looks. Alright, I'm going to go over to the other side and change it now. Alright, so I reach into this hole here. I give the little bulb a twist, and then I find out where I've twisted it to. Alright, I let go of it, and I shouldn't have let go of it because it's hanging down now. I have to move my light over here where I can see where I put it. Alright, there's the bulb right there, hanging down. And I'll mash on the little clip, pull the bulb off. Probably shouldn't let go of the wire. I'm going to go ahead and hook it up right now. It plugged in pretty easy. Remember, we want it up and down. I'm going to go back into here with it. Okay, so we'll take it outside and we'll test it just like we did before. Alright, there's one thing that I've noticed about these bulbs. Got the original equipment bulbs here. Left the new ones in the truck, of course. And the original bulbs here, this thing here, this whole package is one piece. So if it's in the little hole and you twist on this part right here, it unlatches the three little latches, and the bulb comes out and you shove it in and you just twist on the back, and all, it turns the latches because it's all one piece. Alright, well, what I discovered was the new bulbs, they have this ring with the three little ears on it. It's got the gasket on it, and it's got a gasket to the inside. You can pull the bulb completely out of that little ring, and when you go to install it, it's very hard to turn that little ring once you've got it into the notches. I guess it took me a half hour to install these guys, because I had to figure out how to get the right pliers to reach down there and turn it, because turning the bulb, it just slips inside that ring. If you just think that you can stick it in and turn it by the back of the bulb, it won't work. It's not going to turn the ring at all because it's too tight, in the housing there. If you're a lucky guy, maybe you can pull the bulb out of the ring, shove the ring in and turn it, then slide the bulb back in it. Okay, that'd be one option. I didn't have enough room in the truck to do that. Right behind the bulb is a piece of metal that runs up and down, and the bulb will just almost come out, of the ring, but it won't come all the way out. So I had to get pliers and reach down there and turn the little ring. I put a mark on it so that I could be sure that I really had turned it and latched it down good and tight. After I change the bulbs, I'm going to need to know if they're shining higher or lower than the ones that are in the truck. Now this is on your bow beam, so I'm going to go out there and put a piece of tape as close as I can to that black line that runs across the top of the light cut. So we'll just drive along here looking at the lights, and we'll turn the corner. Sorry about the wobbling of the camera, but I can't seem to do much about that. Oh, bumpy road and all. Sit it right on the dashboard. Okay. That ought to do for that. Well, that's all, folks. Y'all try to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Leave a comment if you got something to say. And above all, remember, keep on keeping on. Bye now.